why the Esper deck is so terrible is because like it's playing a bunch of interactive things, but then its follow-up is like cheating to get a 5/5 into play that drains your opponent when you could just like put a 10/10 into play for 1 mana. That's 1 card. What does this hand do? This hand makes a turn 2 20/20, right? I get to go Mox Diamond, Mox Diamond. No, I'm dumb. Oh no. Oh no, I've made a terrible mistake. Heard what deck you're playing, guess I'm not leaving. Thanks for the cheers. I made a terrible mistake. I was thinking I could discard this and use it to transmute, but I can't. I needed this to be a land for this hand to work. It's really awkward. Hey, Chainer DM with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. I'm gonna play this and bin this, and I'm gonna play this out. I'm gonna pass the turn here. Deck list needs to be updated. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. Chalice for 1 deal. I am also a Chalice for 1 deck opponent. Any land. Okay, that also works. I just make it 20/20 here so they can't draw Wasteland. Nah, I'm just gonna pass. Alright, and they're dead. Griselbrand's fine. It's doing a powerful linear thing. Alright, so against another Chalice the Void deck, we're gonna cut all of our Chalices. Yeah, that's fair. Maze of Ith is pretty good here. And then these Engineered Explosives and these Walking Ballistas are probably fine. They're not good, but they're fine. I'm leaving the Slaughter Pact in my board along with the Echoing Truth because I have a Cunning Wish deck. Yeah, I agree. Probably shouldn't have shown me that. Why would Zuran Orb be banned? Why would Zuran Orb be banned? Card's barely playable. In case I missed it, Chainer DM, thanks for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. As always, subs are the best way you can support my stuff here, so I really appreciate that. Yeah, the combo Goryo's deck is good. Or Griselbrand is the combo Goryo's deck. It's different than the Esper Goryo deck that I was talking about earlier. Try and not mess up this time. Oh, that last one worked out. Yeah, this hand's fine, right? Slaughter Pact is decent here. We can actually Slaughter Pact on turn 2 in response to a Thought-Knot Seer, right? Because I can go Mox Diamond, discard a card, play Ancient Tomb. Seems decent. Probably bin this Urborg. This is game 2. I have 4 Chalices in my main deck. I don't really want to... There's a couple different ways we could discard to this Mox Diamond. I think it's going to depend on like what my opponent's turn 1 is, along with whether or not we draw land on our first turn, so we'll see. No, definitely not going to Philly. Plane ticket's like $400. It's way too expensive. I might go to a Midwest Open later this year, but definitely not flying to Opens anymore. It's far too much money. You gonna play like a Thorn or something here? Nope, Chalice running. Okay, they don't know what we're doing. Got it. Another Mox Diamond. Alright, well... Now do I just go Mox, Urborg? Yeah, right? I just go Mox, Urborg, Transmute, Tolaria West, go get... Go get Thespian stage. We'll set up for a turn 3 kill. If they play a Thought Knot this turn, I'll Slaughter Pact it in response to the trigger and then untap and pay for it. I think this is just my pet deck. I like this deck a lot. I think it's reasonably competitive. Sure. It happened to me being a teacher. Teachers don't make a lot of money. And the hours aren't flexible. Hey, BDP with the 213 sub. Thanks, bud, and welcome back. I do appreciate it. Well, I mean, now we just set up and do it this turn, right? They're not going to have anywhere near enough mana to do anything, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this now to play around Wasteland that they likely play. Your turn. Jesus, well, GG's, yep. Yep. That's why I like this deck. Sometimes you're just like, alright, kill you with 2020s, and other times you like grind them out and kill them with a lightning storm combo. Opponent lamenting that they can't beat turn 2 Merit Liege. One of the reasons I really like this deck is like the number of angles it attacks from. Like sometimes you're just doing that, so like your opponent, like, do they mulligan to like beat the turn 2 Merit Liege, or like do they mulligan to try and beat your Cunning Wish Ad Nauseam plan? And a lot of the times they're not familiar with the meme that we're playing, like they don't know that they need to potentially beat the other one, right? This hand seems fine, right? It's turn 1, suspend Ancestral Visions, turn 2, Chalice of the Void for 1. No, so the problem, Fresh Kale, is if they draw Wasteland, and they could then Wasteland my Dark Depths in response to me targeting with the Hexmage, and then they kill my thing before it ever gets to do its thing. Yep. Don't daze me, bro. Force, sure. Force pitch probe. Go ahead and cast this. Just in case they have Wasteland, we'll get health out of our lands. I think the Eldrazi Tron deck is like most reasonable decks in Modern. When it's good, it looks unbeatable, and when it's bad, it looks unplayable. Zero, right? Yes. Ancestral Vision has a converted mana cost of 0 when it casts. That's why it's playable in our deck. God, we are really fucking good at ripping the nuts today. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and play around Wasteland here and do this now. When it concedes, God bless. They could have flipped their Delvers and blocked for a couple of turns if they wanted. This is definitely a Maze of Ith matchup. I don't think this is a Flusterstorm matchup. I think this is an EE Walking Ballista matchup. Alright, so what am I actually trimming here? I think our Cunning Wish win is a little bit worse than the alternatives in this matchup. Maybe this is an Ancestral Visions out matchup. Yeah, I could see that. Just like leave my combo and like we're not going to have time for this a lot of the time. I think Slaughter Pact's fine. Slaughter Pact randomly kills their threat to take it off the table. Or you're saying I want to board Slaughter Pact in? I think I want to leave Pact in the board so I can Cunning Wish for it on occasion. Remember, we are a Cunning Wish deck. I think I'm just gonna cut the AVs here. Well, I mean, like, so you beat counterspells with a deck like this by, like, playing enough things that they have to counterspell that eventually you force your stuff through. Sounds fine. That's half a combo, but, like, I have this Hexmage in my hand, so I think I'm gonna bottom this. Swift Spear. Okay, that's interesting. So they're blue-red Delver. We killed them before we got to know which Delver deck they were last game. God, I am so good at this. We are really good at this. Gonna pass here. You have a force? You don't have a force. All right, well, really quick 2-0 start with my favorite meme. Thank you everyone for hanging out here today. There's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you could be watching, but instead, you're choosing to spend it here while we play Ad Nauseam. My name is Jeff Hoagland. We're hanging out playing some Legacy Magic the Gathering. If you're enjoying what you see, please make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, the best way you can support my content is by subscribing on Twitch. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors, mtgotraders.com. We'll love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout, then you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using promo code Jeff12, you get 12% custom playmats, mouse pads, binders. They really do it all. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artwork they have on their website. And finally, SpareDeck.com. They offer kind of a unique service. They will rent you any physical, standard, or modern deck. You can rent a deck for a weekend or up to an entire month with them. At any rate, we are 2-0 in this league with Ad Nauseam, and we are heading into the third match here. See if we can close the league out strong. If you like this deck, there's a lot more videos of it on my YouTube channel. I've played this deck a bunch. This is a deck that someone initially submitted as a donation deck list, and that I kind of took a shine to, and we've been playing a bunch on stream. Yeah, this hand's fine. It's turn 1 Chalice of the Void, and eventually we can maybe transmute this for the other half of our combo. Cunning Wish is an okay draw as well. Gonna go ahead and play this Chalice of the Void for 1-on-1. Hey, leave your brother alone, please. Okay, Force, pitching Predict, so it looks like they're playing Miracles. I believe in miracles. Be-do. Be-do-do-do-do-do. Be-do-do-do-do-do. Alright, so this is actually a pretty good draw, right? I'm gonna lead on Wasteland here, and I'm gonna play this, and then do I want to transmute this turn or Cunning Wish? I think I want to transmute, right? So what do I want to get here? There's a couple directions I could go. I think I want to just get a Thespian stage. I think I want to just get a Thespian stage. So like, this is how this deck fights through disruption to us. We're going to get to set, we have this combo set up, but Cunning Wish for Ad Nauseam is also a combo kill as well. So like, my opponent's going to need to have counter magic to stop this Cunning Wish kill. Then they're also going to need a Plow or a Terminus on my turn to stop this Dark Depths kill. Ancient Tomb is great. That gives us the mana we need to combo next turn with Cunning Wish for Ad Nauseam. Sure. The Ad Nauseam combo, we draw our entire deck using Ad Nauseam, and then, what's the word I'm searching for? We draw our entire deck using Ad Nauseam, and then we kill them with Lightning Storm out of our sideboard, using fast mana like Lotus Petal and Mox Diamonds. Alright, so they had double force. If they have a plow too, we're gonna be in trouble. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for this. They have it, they have it. Wastelanding them doesn't do anything because they have 2 other lands here. Now we're looking to draw a Cunning Wish. Chalice of the Void's a little bit late. Declan, please stop shrieking, bud. So, this is punishment for going for it there, but I think we're supposed to go for it. They're just more likely to have it as the game goes longer otherwise. This does not play Crucible in the 75. There's a deck list on screen for you. So they're going to get to flip their Azcanta, but I'm going to get to Wasteland them off it, so... So now, if they go to crack their fetch land, I get to Wasteland their Azcanta in response, which seems good for me. What do I want to do with this Tolaria West? What do I want to do with this Tolaria West? Do I just want to kill them with, like, a Walking Ballista? What does this Tolaria West go get? How do we feel about just going to get Walking Ballista? Is that too cute? I could get recall. I could also just wait on it. I could just wait on it. You need a diaper? Alright, I'm gonna think about this for a second while I go change a diaper. Think about it, chat. Discuss. You need a diaper change? We could get Thespian staged. I like that line. It's half the combo too. I like that line. That line sounds great. That's fucking hot. I even have the mana to do it this turn. I'm gonna do it like this so I can Wasteland their Azcanta later. No, Dark Depth should not be modern legal. That sounds awful. They get an activation out of this, but then we're gonna start getting activations out of it. We need to dodge like Jace. A lot of other cards don't matter here. We have the Chalice on one. I guess Unexpectedly Absent or Council's Judgment are kind of annoying for us. I'm gonna take them off of that now. I have another search. Okay, makes me feel a little bit bad. Gonna pass the turn here. I guess I could hit Mox Opal. And that'd let me play this Hexmage. So do I want to get Cunning Wish, or do I want to get Ancestral Vision? So my activation here was bad because of the timing and Unexpectedly Absent. I kind of want to get Ancestral Vision, just bury them in cards, I feel like. Because they're going to get to flip this, right? I hate the argument that something else is worse, so this other busted thing is fine. No, Death Shadow's fucked up too. It doesn't make this other fucked up thing okay. I think it might be the Visions. So they get to flip this. Yeah, it feels like we're gonna have time, right? And like, this could find me another Chalice later. Like, I have 36 health, right? God, we have time. Immediately flips fucking Entreat. I have 1 Engineered Explosives in my main deck. I want EE, please. Pact of Negation, you're late. Their best draw on their deck. Maybe this line was too cute and I just shouldn't have let them get this activation. I think that's maybe the case here. That this line was too cute. I was too excited about the value and I should have just like put a thing into play and like protected my Chalice. Instead of giving them outs like we did. Walking Ballista doesn't do anything, right? I just like need my Engineered Explosives here. Okay, that's a Cunning Wish, but the problem is we're gonna have to take a lot of damage to make this work, right? Well, I can Cunning Wish for Echoing Truth. I can Cunning Wish for Echoing Truth. That's what I can do. Hi, Jacob. I'm gonna go get Echoing Truth. Hey, thank you. I got a Brainstorm, yep. You want some cereal? Where's your bowl, Jacob? Go get your bowl, and I'll give you some cereal. Hi, buddy. It's okay. Man, remember that time we were at 40? That was forever ago. How many cards is this on? It's on 1 now. This Pact of Negation to fight over one thing here. You want to pick a show? What do you want to watch? What do you want to watch? So looking for a Swords to Plowshares here, probably. Which one, dude? Pick one. Watch bears. Okay. I think I'm just passing here. I could play this Walking Ballista. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need at least 2 health to pay for my Pact of Negation next turn. Yeah, I also think that turn we took, I've made a couple really small mistakes this game, and they're all catching up with us. Jacob, you can't always get what you want. I'm sorry. Declan is picking the show right now. Zuran Orb's actually okay, because it means it's less chance we get gibbed out of this game. It can give us extra activations for this Scant to the Second Rune as well. What are they doing with this? Guessing Brainstorm, sure. It's a shame I had to take some minutes out of this clock to change a diaper, otherwise we'd be up on clock here and try and work to get back up on clock. Please force this. God bless. Shoot that. Go. This is my Walking Ballista. Go. I will take a point of health here, because it means I get to use an Ancient Tomb activation an extra time. Shuffle, shuffle, yeah, they shuffle, that's good for us. Okay, it's a Thespian stage. Alright, I'm gonna take 2 to put this Chalice of the Void on 1. Your turn, opponent. It's been a weird game. It's a Cunning Wish. It's a Chalice of Void. I can put that Chalice of the Void on 2 at some point. I'm just gonna take this Cunning Wish. We might actually be able to like draw all of the converted mana cost out of our deck and then Ad Nauseam for just whatever, right? So like here's 1 Hexmage. That means I'm through 3 Cunning Wishes. So there's 1 Cunning Wish and 2 Hexmage in my deck right now. Counterbalance, okay, interesting. That'll make the predict that's in their hand a little bit better. They hit a Terminus just now. Alright, that's a Jace, but our Hexmage can kill the Jace, which is nice. Hexmage does read kill target Jace. I wonder if we can just run them out of win conditions. It seems like something that might be possible. Hey, your mom's home. Yay, mom. Do they know about the Hexmage? I feel like they might. We're snapping something in response here. What are we unexpectedly absenting at my Chalice? Sure. So this EE will be good because it'll clean up both of these now. Oh, and then they're predicting it away. That makes sense. All right, we're up on clock now after me taking 2-minute breaks for the kids, so maybe we'll win this. There's Mox Opal, sure. All right, we have that going still too. All right, Urborg is great because it actually gives us a bunch of extra mana because we have these Ancient Tombs that can make mana again now, thanks to Urborg. There's a land on top of their deck. It's good for us. I'm gonna go ahead and do this and play this for X's too.
Buddy.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if I'm supposed to do this for a weird converted mana cost so they can't do this, clear it with a predictor, like brainstorm something back. Probably supposed to do it for a weird converted mana cost here. Yeah, it's probably X = 3 with 2 colors. Yeah. Oh, that's another Jace. That's good for us. All right, let's blow this up. All right, and then I'm just going to go ahead and pass the turn here, right? Yeah, because I can activate this. Hey, Dirty Trevor with the Twitch Prime. Thanks for the support, bud. I appreciate it.
Woo! Sub-hype!
We might actually deck them. Like, I think that was a joke, but I think decking them might be a real thing this game.
Is one of them okay?
Yeah.
Is he done loud or is it?
Just all of them. Just.
Jake, come upstairs. Okay, take this upstairs and I'll bring you the game. I gotta get Jake. Here, love. How was school today? Anything fun?
That's unfortunate.
Color.
You kept a 2 or 3 on top here. They're cracking their fetch. That's good. That means they don't know what's on top. Kill your Jace, go. Yeah, kill your Jace, go sounds like the line. Oh, I guess I could add Kanta into another Ancestral Visions that I want to suspend. Or a Chalice of the Void, another Mox Diamond, sure. Oh, now I can't. Now I can't Cunning Wish, but that's probably fine. Alright, we're up on clock now successfully, and our opponent only has 10 cards left in their deck. They have 1 Jace in their hand. Yeah, you have a Jace. They have 7 cards left in their deck. Is this casting at this point? Not yet. Next turn, probably. Pass here. I guess I could try and find a Chalice for 1. That doesn't seem worthwhile. Okay. I'm gonna let this brainstorm resolve, and then I'm going to end step Cunning Wish for Slaughter Pact. Is recall target player? That's a good question. It is target player, actually. They're at 7 cards in their deck still, though. They have 6 cards left in their deck. That Zuran Orb getting countered actually is going to end up winning them this game, isn't it? Probably a land on top because I knew this was coming. Alright, that's a Cunning Wish. We have another Force of Will. Alright. I know, I'm gonna wait till I draw. I'm gonna wait till I draw. This means they can't brainstorm in response. They just need to have another land under that one. Or after they add Kanta. If they add Kanta, I can do it end of turn. So they're predicting themselves because they know there's not a 0 on top currently. What a wild game. What a wild game. They just fucking hit it. Alright, well. Yep. Man, what a crazy game of Magic. I think I would have been better off if I would have taken a better line earlier, but 2 cards left in their deck there. 2 cards left in their deck. Alright, so the extra engineered explosives seems fine. Maybe these walking ballistas are good. It's a shame we never found our Maze of Ith that game either, right? Like, we were through half our deck and never found our Maze or another stage to go get our Maze. This is definitely a Flusterstorm matchup. So I know we wanted Slaughter Pact at the end there, but this is actually not a Slaughter Pact matchup. This is not a matchup where that card's very good. Karakas isn't very good. Tabernacle's fine because sometimes they board into Monastery Mentor. Yeah, if they hadn't countered the Orb, we definitely would have won that game. So that was smart on their part to have done that. Do I want a second Explosives? I'm not sure if I do. Yeah, it's just generally your games don't come down to things like that, and I think I could have made better plays in the early game that made that game have not played out like that. I'm also going to cut this Maze of Ith. Like I said, I don't think it comes down to this a lot of the time. I'm going to go ahead and hit submit here, I think. I think my timing on my Azcantas earlier was kind of bad. Like, I timed an Azcanta where I activated it, and then he got to flip the Chalice with the Unexpectedly Absent right away, and if I would have timed it in a different way, they would have, like, end-step Unexpectedly Absent, so I could have untapped, I could have done it in response, and then grabbed a thing and then redrawn my Chalice the following turn. So, we had draws to win that game, but opponent ended up hitting the better beats there at the end. This hand just doesn't do anything, right? Needs a second land real bad. This hand also doesn't really do anything. I guess it suspends an Ancestral Vision for one-on-one. Keep, I guess. This hand's not very good. I'll top that. Opponent will play their one of Engineered Explosives out of the sideboard and just destroy us. That second land countering our Pact. It would have been sweet if we'd have pulled that out. Yeah, right? And that's why I've kind of taken a shine to this deck. It's got, like, crazy, like, turn 2 kill you nut draws, but it also has, like, can play these long, drawn-out games against control decks like what my opponent's playing. Hopefully we just play another game that's just as long as that one, and then we get to deck them, or time them out. Hey, Immortal. We're 2-0 in this league right now. We're down a game in this third match. Is that a good draw? Feels like a good draw. Hopefully that's the game. Hopefully they're just going to die to this 2020 here in a second. I'm going to go for it, even if they put a white source into play. No, I'm not waiting to find a Chalice. I know we immediately drew it last game. We'll probably immediately draw it this game after we get plowed, but I'm just going to make them do it. They shuffled this, and they shuffled their Ponder. Like, kill me. In the business of making them have it. Sure, they're gonna hit it on this draw like hit a Terminus, make me slide out of my chair. Nope, dead. Got it. Sweet. You're playing this deck to make them have it when you have draws like that. Make them have it. Opponent didn't have it, so they died. I think I'm okay here. Gonna click submit. I'm happy with how he boarded. Yep. Sounds okay. It's got a bunch of lands in it, but it's like fine. Bring in Maze for that decking value, right? One chose not to shuffle there. I'm gonna play Urborg and pass here. And then turn 2, we can play Dark Depths Hexmage, just like go for a fast one again. Get counterspelled, sure. So next turn, we get to transmute a Tolaria West for a Thespian stage. We don't quite have enough mana for a turn 3 2020 yet, right? We'd have to draw a stage or another, what's it called? You know what? I probably should have played these out that last turn because of counterbalance that they're going to play here. Nope, just search. All right, God bless. Does that give me enough to do it this turn? Discard this. Cast this. Yeah, it does, right? Blue, blue, transmute. Grab Thespian stage, play stage, cast Lotus Petal, pass. Are you gonna force this Lotus Petal? Sometimes they play back to basics. Sometimes they play both, actually. Depends on the build. Back to basics is actually worse for us than Blood Moon, because we can combo them through a Blood Moon with our Storm combo. Are they thinking about forcing this? That means they don't have a plow, right? Or their cat knocked over their keyboard? I guess I should have played this out before getting the stage, right? I should have played this out before getting the stage. Okay. He's in a position that he needs to force Lotus Petal, right? So I think I wait a turn now because I can. This isn't a ton of pressure, and I can do this into transmute this for a Chalice of the Void. Force blue card are their last two cards. Of course, force blue card are their last two cards. Alright, so punished for not just going for it here. I'm gonna play this out now, so that way they get to flip this search now, which means they're gonna get, what, 5, 6, 7 looks at a plow? Which is really unfortunate for us. And they have a clock in play now. They chose not to bury the card, so they're probably covered. Brainstorm, sure. I think it was worth it too. I agree. They're like, they already played one force. I think my actual mistake this game was I should have played that Lotus Petal out before I showed them that I could go get the combo, because then they wouldn't have known that they had to force the Lotus Petal, and I think we would have induced a misplay from my opponent. I think my line was correct that turn with the Chalice, but I think my sequencing the turn prior should have been different to induce a mistake from my opponent to allow us to force them to not have it and lose the game. Then we would have made it 20-20 the turn they played the Mentor, and we would have killed them. Chalice of the Void. I have no idea, Abigail. I don't know. Haven't played it enough. You need to play dozens and dozens of Modern matches to like know things like that about a deck. Right, hopefully they plow us and give us 20 health here. I think we're gonna lose this game because of that sequencing mistake I had. We're getting unexpectedly absent just for the super punishment. Yeah, Yeah, they didn't add Scanta, so that probably means they have it. Yeah, I agree. I'm still just, like, doing it because, like, I don't think we have anything. Hexmage could have been played on turn 1. That's worse against, like, Plow, but I guess then they're not plowing my other thing. Yeah, I definitely fucked this game up. That's really frustrating. I feel like we got a little bit unlucky to win. Alright, well, I guess now we're probably just dead. Yeah, we're just gonna get killed by all these. This card's very good against us. And again, I think if I would have sequenced my thing in the other way, they just wouldn't have been able to do their thing. That just doesn't get us out of anything. It's a really disappointing end to that match. What does this hand do? It's fine. Spend Chalice on one. Yeah, they had to have double force, double blue card to punish us. I guess forcing the Chalice didn't really matter because they ended up hitting Unexpectedly Absent. But I guess they wouldn't have hit the Unexpectedly Absent if they couldn't have cast the Brainstorm. So opponent's draw was very good that game, and they got pretty lucky to win the first game. Again, you just, like, can't focus on things like that, though, because, like, how lucky your opponent got isn't something that's inside of your control when you're playing a TCG. Like, that first game literally came down to us not having Maze of Ith or a thing, and them having a land on top of their deck randomly. For counterbalance. Counterbalance is way more tilting to play against when your opponent doesn't have top. Just, like, infinitely more tilting to play against. Just gonna play this out because they want to plow this, and there's one less plow for when I find my Dark Depths. Blood is Drank could be a lot of things. They have multiple plows then? That feels like. Now, a different opponent. This deck's like $1,000 online. It's obscene. Actually obscene. Mox Opal and Mox Diamond are both ridiculously expensive. Because Wizards doesn't want you to play. Wizards doesn't want you to play Legacy. I'm aware this is a Ballista. You know, that 2 health is probably more important for us than it is for them. Because that makes our comboing easier later. 1 turn away from that happening. Probably get counterspelled on our visions and feel real bad. Then hopefully rip a Cunning Wish. Hexmage can't remove counters from a player, right? Very permanent. No, yeah, I can't get rid of energy. Just like a blind predict, sure. Yeah, staging the island is fine. It also just helps fix our colors too, right? Because we have blue spells in our deck. I could also, if they flip this next turn, if they flipped search next turn, I can copy the search. Yep. Thank you. They counterspell this. I'm gonna ask Canton response, try and find my Pact of Negation. It's good. I'm gonna cast these two, play around Spell Pierce. Your turn. I'm gonna do this again right now, so that way I could hit another Ancestral Visions. It's a shame Search for Eds can't cost 2 mana, because getting to flip this card's really good in this deck. Although I guess we really don't fill up our discard piles, like we wouldn't be flipping it. Keep track of what they have going on. Ace is pretty good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So if we rip a Cunning Wish, we can technically combo them. A lot of draws to let us make a 20-20 here. We got Dark Depths, Tolaria West, Hexmage lets us kill this Jace. Cunning Wish lets us potentially just combo them. Well, they haven't played any Force of Wills yet, so they probably have a Force still. Do I want to put Chalice on 2? I feel like I want to put Chalice on 2. Is that unreasonable? I feel like it's not unreasonable. And if this eats a counterspell, that's good for us. Yeah, has to eat a counterspell, otherwise their counterspells are off. The way you talk about this game I don't play anymore pleases me. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy the YouTube stuff. What are they setting up for? What's cracking that fetch do? They just knew the top card, maybe? Using Ad's Cant to declare Jace Brainstorms is kind of sweet. Okay, it's an okay hit. It's just, you know, just again, we play through their counterspells by just playing a critical mass of things of like, alright, you have to counterspell this or you're gonna die. You're gonna get locked out of the game. Because remember, we do care about these counterspells in the long term because we can combo them with Ad Nauseam by Cunning Wishing it out of the sideboard. There's Entreat the Angels. Okay, so hopefully they go deep here and then we can find Engineered Explosives or Cunning Wish. And they don't have Force of Will. Living up blue, so they have a third counterspell. It's kind of a tilt. I'm going to do this in response because there's one Pact of Negation in my deck. this is coming off next turn, right? Nope, 2 turns. That's unfortunate. Okay. On top of your deck. No force, no 2. Right on top of their deck. And we're dead. These are fine. These are bad. I cut this. I bring in Flusterstorm. Slaughter Pact's not very good. What was the last card I cut last time? I just didn't bring in 2 Ballista. I wonder if these Ancestral Visions are just worse than like playing a bunch of Pact of Negations. Part of me wants to try a version of this deck that looks like that, where you just like protect our Cunning Wish combo, which is like a bunch of Pact of Negations, just a bunch of free Force of Will since we killed them the turn we combo. Maybe I'll try that at some point in the future. It's like have four Pact of Negations and something else over this other AV. The AVs have been pretty anemic today. People are pretty bad about timing their removal too. So like, they go to kill your 2020 in your turn, and then you'll pact them and then kill them. What's going on, Ashiok? We're having an okay day. We're 2-1 with the Ad Nauseam deck. We're down a game in this match. The Miracles matchup is tough, but not unwinnable. I think I could have won the last match against them with a little bit better play. It doesn't have any colored mana, but it just makes a 20/20 on turn 3, so like, okay. I'm gonna lead on Urborg, because if I draw Vampire Hexmage on 1, I can make a turn 2 20/20. If they beat this plan, I have Ancient Tomb and a Cunning Wish left over to try and go for the combo plan. Thanks, have a good night. That's a bad draw. Blue Swords will be good at some point, though. Fairies in a standard set won't make them playable in Legacy. Am I supposed to go for it here, or am I supposed to wait? I feel like I'm probably supposed to wait, right? I'm gonna make them discard. Hey, looks like Squints with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think because I'm set up to Ad Nauseam next turn, I don't really like going for it there. I boarded in my Flusterstorms, so that's not an option. And like just having stage depths and mana up basically like puts a tax on my opponent, right? They have to leave one white up or they're gonna die. Hey, looks like Squints. With the brand new Twitch Prime sub, and then Grotanium with the brand new front end month scrub. Thanks, folks. I really appreciate that. As always, subs are the best way you could support my content here. Man, I kind of want to just go for it since they countered my thing. Yeah, fuck it. Hey, kill me. Give me 20 health, or give you death. Alrighty. God bless. God bless us, everyone. That's our freebie. That's our freebie. Yeah, I really want to try. It's been a while since I've thought about this deck. And just like seeing how these games are playing out, I feel like I just want like just this giant fistful of Pact of Negations. So this deck can combo kill people by using Ad Nauseam to draw the entire deck and then killing our opponent that way. Seems decent. You want some bread? Okay. Think our poker hand's better than their poker hand? Here, Jake. You gonna actually eat this? Or did you just... Jacob. I agree. This deck feels a lot more trim than the first random copy that we played that was submitted as the donation list. You Spell Pierce, you just have a Brainstorm. Just have a Brainstorm. The total CMC of this deck is 18. There are 4 Cunning Wishes and 3 Vampire Hexmages. So with the right amount of health, you can pick your entire deck up. So like right now, there's 15 converted mana costs remaining in our deck. It's an okay draw. Okay, so I'm gonna play this. I don't really want a Cunning Wish, right? We want to draw like an Urborg here. I think we're just playing the waiting game at this point. Predict targeting themselves, clearing a 1-drop that they put back. Power Blast makes sense. We have Cunning Wishes and Ancestral Visions. Yeah, Cunning Wish really doesn't do anything for us right now, so I'm not going to play it. Need some mana that produces colors. Do I want to Wasteland them off of this? Yeah, I think I do. I think I have enough lands in my hand that I'm fine wasting them off of this to keep them off of Jace potentially for a turn. Disenchant. That's unfortunate. Oh. Okay. Urborg is a great draw. So there's 13 converted mana costs left in our deck right now. We've drawn a Hexmage and a Cunning Wish. It's gonna get counterspelled. I'm gonna go ahead and use Cunning Wish in response here. So they don't have Pyroblast or another counterspell up, they have to have Force of Will. I'm gonna get Ad Nauseam. And now they're gonna have to like keep their mana up at all times or the Ad Nauseam's gonna get them. There's 13 converted mana cost. Oh, we boarded out one Hexmage and there's 2 Flusterstorms in my deck. So there's 13 converted mana cost in my deck, but it's 1 Hexmage, 3 Wishes, and 2 Flusterstorms right now. Yep. That was a great draw. Alright, force me. Whoa! Whoa, that just resolved. Alright, let's just do a quick double check and make sure that there's really 13 converted mana cost in my deck. There's 3 Cunning Wishes is 9. 1 Hexmage is 11. And then 2 Flusterstorms is 12, 13, right? Can everyone in chat double check my math? Let's double check my sideboard. Right, there's a Hexmage in the board and there's not 2 Flusterstorms here. So they should just be dead then, right? Everyone double check. 3 Cunning Wishes is 9, 1 Hexmage is 11, 1 Flusterstorm is 12, 2 Flusterstorms is 13. Alright, good. I think I believe myself. So this is the spell-based kill, which we actually haven't had yet today. We haven't done an Ad Nauseam kill yet today. So if this is your first time watching the deck, this is the Ad Nauseam kill. We get to pick up our entire deck. Not like to repeat this process. Sweet. I was correct about the number of things in my deck. Now we play a bunch of fast mana out. Oh, Twitch chat must be having problems today, because my actual Twitch chat lagged on my screen too. Simian Spirit Guide Bolt. We have a Pact of Negation 2 now, so like, how many lands are in my hand is the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and I need 7 lands to kill them. So yeah, so I can play these Moxes A-okay. Just making sure playing these Moxes won't screw me. Alright, so now I do this. Cast this Cunning Wish. Cunning Wish gets Lightning Storm. All of these cards tap for red. Hold control, so I retain priority. Lightning Storm you. Activate my Lightning Storm, discard a land. 5, 7, 9. Opponent concedes the match. This is a deck called Land Nauseum. Is it a combination Ad Nauseam Lightning Storm deck along with Dark Depths Thespian stage combo deck? And it's also a Chalice of the Void deck to boot to lock your opponents out of playing 1-mana spells while playing Tolaria West to tutor for all of your different 0 drops. and having a Cunning Wish package to pick different instants out of your sideboard to fix different situations. So it's basically, it's got tutors on tutors on tutors. This is going to be our last match of the day. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. We are 3-1 in this league, so guaranteed our cash. If we win the next one, we'll 4-1, get some sweet treasure chests. If you're interested in learning more about this deck, you can read about an earlier iteration of it that I worked on gatheringmagic.com. It kind of explains the basis of the combo. This iteration I really like a lot. I'm just trying a couple different things like Vampire Hexmage. I'm not sure that this Ancestral Visions is very good in it. Like I mentioned earlier, I think I just wanted to try maxing out on Pact of Negation. So, with being 3-1 in this league, I've now cashed all 4 leagues I've played this deck in. I have 2 4-1s and a 3-2, so add another 4-1 to the resume would be sweet. Remember, if you're enjoying the content, we've been streaming for about 4.5 hours today. We played all Legacy today, so if you enjoy Legacy, you can definitely check out my YouTube channel, which is linked to the stream information below. It has all of the stream from today, as well as tons of past Legacy streams on there. Much to get you to play Soul Sisters. Well, if it's a reasonable list, you can learn about how donation decks work here. This is the last league of the evening for me. Yep, turn 1 Chalice of the Void. Turn 1 Chalice of the Void, turn 2 suspend Ancestral Visions, just like we drew it up. Force of Will. Force, Pitch, Force, okay. Could be a fair deck. Could be Delver. Could be Sneak and Show. You consider more Pauper. Nobody wants to watch Pauper. Last time I streamed Pauper, my numbers were really terrible. People want to play formats of Magic that like they can engage in and play themselves, and just like that's not Pauper. Deathrite Shaman. Underground Sea, suspend that. I mean, whether or not a format is good, bad, or otherwise is subjective. I don't really have an opinion on whether or not Pauper is good or bad. I just know that the times I've streamed it in the past, no one wanted to watch, so the numbers were bad. Like, I'm here for the viewers, right? Could be Sultai Delver, could be 4-color pile. Hymn to Torok sucks, gets to take lands out of my hand. I didn't take Thespian stage, so that's good for me. This Thespian stage gets to copy this Underground Sea, which gives me a second blue to transmute this Tolaria West for Dark Depths, which is nice. Hopefully we can dodge getting him to Torok this turn. I mean, like, Frontier had side event support at Grand Prix as well, and we all know how that format went, right? Or I could just draw it all natural. Guess who's got 2 thumbs and is gonna go for it this turn? This guy right here. This guy right here. How about tiny leaders, right? Baleful Strix, don't do it to me. Oh no, not powerful legacy staple Liliana, the last hope. How can I ever possibly hope to outgrind this magic card? Watch some Diabolic Edict me, just make me look like an idiot. I could have maybe played around Wasteland there. And you're dead. Okay, good, good. Just making sure everything's above the board there and I understand what's going on. Probably not a Slaughter Pact matchup. Probably a Maze of Ith matchup. I guess I don't really know if it's a Maze of Ith matchup. Probably not a Tabernacle matchup, because they're not a young Pyromancer deck. Walking Ballista and Engineered Explosives probably aren't the worst here. Yeah, it definitely felt like misclick value. I mean, like, Legacy is a format of, like, all of Magic's greatest mistakes, right? Just like what the format is. Like, was there a card that was probably a mistake? It's playable in Legacy. It's not a Karakas matchup. I think I'm gonna do this. Let's do that, bring these in. And again, it's just like another thing there where, like, the Ancestral Visions just didn't matter. And what's kind of sweet about that game, if my opponent's not familiar with the deck that we're playing, which a lot of people won't be if they haven't watched the stream, is that my opponent could overcompensate to try and beat our Dark Depths plan, and then we get to sneak in and kill them with the Cunning Wish plan, which is great. And while they're trying to beat that, we have to get to play Chalice of the Void as well. I mean, that's like every format in Magic. Have you played Modern? That's like the only format in Magic where you're not just like crossing your fingers constantly and hoping they don't have it is Standard. And Standard's been on all energy fest, which is kind of dry for a while. This deck has a lot of play to it, which is a lot of fun. And it also gets those kind of free wins, which means it's doing something powerful. All of Magic's happy little accidents, yep. And we're not even a transformative sideboard, right? We're just like a transformative main deck. Like, which of these two plans do we have this game? All right, we'll do that one. Sounds great, right? It's got a Chalice of the Void. It's got a Cunning Wish. It's got a Mox Diamond. Send me up. It's pretty resilient even through a turn 1 discard spell. Hello, Jacob Jeffrey. You want some more bread? Okay. Go. Do I want a Mox Diamond? Yeah, probably. Do I want to play around Days? That's a real question. Do I want to play around Days? I think I want to play around Days. Maybe I should have played my land before playing this. Do I want to bin the Thespian stage here? Probably. Or the Urborg. Urborg lets me cast this, but I don't really need this. I'm going to bin the Urborg, actually. The reason why I'm bidding the Urborg there is it could potentially help fix my opponent's mana a touch, and, like, Urborg's legendary, and I have more of those in my deck. I might not want to play around Days because I might not want to play the Mox Diamond this turn. Blue plus it's something else. Tarmogoyf? Sylvan Library, that's pretty good. I assume I'm getting Wastelanded here. Yep. I'm going to put this a backup Chalice on one here, because they play Abrupt Decay, so if we get Maelstrom Pulse, I'm going to feel a little bit silly, but I think having a backup Chalice on one is fine against an Abrupt Decay deck. Especially, like, this feels like a Delver deck, it might not be. The main deck, Liliana Last Hope, kind of makes it feel like it might not be. Evening Apprentice, catching us right at the tail end here. Match 5 of this league against the last league of the night. You have a favorite deck all time, any format. I don't have a good answer for that right now. They have a true name here. Yep. All right. It's pretty good. Could run us down. Does Cunning Wish do anything useful for us here? Not particularly. I guess I could technically get Echoing Truth and pick up the Deathrite Shaman. Maybe they pay 8 here. And we get Lightning Storm and just shock them for 3. Like, bolt you, haha. Oh, is this a Jace? That's gross. Yeah. Probably gonna get buried. We could just steal it though. We just like rip a Dark Depths. I think they're thinking about fate stealing us. Yeah. Yeah, because they just, they're out, our out is like rip Dark Depths, kill you. Is Kiki card your favorite deck? I don't know. Put a card on top, sure. Oh, you know what? I always forget I can do this. Let's do this, and then we can kill this Jace with the Hexmage. Magic's great. I mean, you could argue that new sets rarely affecting the format's a negative about Legacy. Force or not to force? Right. Force. The thing that really sucks about that force is that it means there's a spell in the graveyard here for my opponent's Deathrite Shaman to gobble up, which puts us on a faster clock. So they're gonna hit us for 5 and 5 here, which is a lot. Wasteland me off my Thespian stage. Yep, that's a good hit. That probably puts us too far behind. I guess I could hit running lands and then get really lucky on an Ad Nauseam and kill them. Put a card on top. If we hit running mana producing lands that aren't Ancient Tomb, we could get really lucky on an Ad Nauseam if this and Ad Nauseam resolves. And they're likely to leave mana producing lands on top of our deck. That means we're dead. It's not going to be fast enough now. Chris. Do I want to change anything? This engineered explosives I kind of want in my deck. You want crackers? Where's your bowl? Can you get your bowl for me? And I'll put some crackers in it. These walking ballistas aren't good enough. I want this Tabernacle. I'm gonna leave the Tabernacle in my deck. Let's do this. I'm still not sure if they're Delver or mid-range. Good job. Good listening. Would love to play first. Isn't seems fine. Not super powerful, but fine. Gets the suspended visions on one. Gets to make their Deathrite Shaman works with this Tabernacle. Golgari Charm 2 sealing the sideboard? Maybe. I haven't had True Name be a problem before, but that might be an okay card to sideboard. I don't know what I'd cut. I have to think about that. That's an interesting one. That's not one that's crossed my mind before. Smells like Deathrite Shaman. I mean, that's not really true. I agree that WotC probably doesn't really care about Eternal formats, but I don't think whether or not cards impact them is like a determining factor in showing that they do or don't. Really want to transmute this Tolaria West. We're going to go ahead and pass the turn here. The Tabernacle basically like negates the mana this Deathrite Shaman makes, which is nice. It's probably also kind of a magnet for their Wasteland, which is good. This might keep them from like casting, say, a Hymn to Torok this turn. No, we don't do Pauper. It's just not popular. Maybe at some point I'll take a donation Pauper list so we could see if that's still the case, but like last time, late last year when we streamed Pauper, there was just not much interest in it. Chose not to shuffle, sure. Ancient Doom's a pretty good draw. Means I can end step Cunning Wish, untap Ad Nauseam. Assuming we don't get him to Torakt, I guess. They designed Standard so far out with how far they have to print the cards and like get card stock that if they realize now that there's an issue in the current Standard and they put a card in immediately, by the time that card saw printing, it probably would be almost ready to rotate out. I mean, not wanting to play other formats doesn't make you stuck up. People only have so much time to invest in things. Like, people are allowed to like different things. Trust me, I know it's weird, but some people like different things than you, and that's okay. This is our last match of the day, Griffinson. This comes off next turn, so they need a counterspell for this. And then, alright, so actually this was a great draw because it takes converted mana cost out of my deck. So I've drawn a Cunning Wish and I've drawn a Hexmage, and there's 18 converted mana costs in my deck to start, and I've drawn 5, so there's 13 converted mana costs in my deck right now. Alright, so they should be dead. We'll go to 2 here and we'll kill them with the Ad Nauseam kill. Or the Lightning Storm kill. I love this deck. I'm glad we had to kill with the Ad Nauseam a couple of times before the day ended. I was worried we were just going to have fast Dark Depths kills all day. That's all my converted mana costs. I'm just gonna check here really quick. 1 Cunning Wish, 2 Cunning Wish, 3 Cunning Wish, and then 1, 2 Hexmages plus the one I had. Yep. So we'll just repeat all the way. Grab the entire deck. There's the Pact of Negation. God bless. Just in case they didn't force the first thing. All right. No. Yes, this for good measure. Well, I'm glad to have you been here a while. You're pretty close to a 2-year sub, if I recall. So thanks for being here. Y'all are the reason I'm able to do this as often as I do. I actually haven't played a land yet, right? So I could play this to get +2 mana. Where do I think this deck would be on the tier list? I'm not sure. This deck feels really powerful from when I played it. It's just like doing genuinely powerful things. I don't have a good answer. I hate making statements like that and just like they're just like off the cuff. It's not something I enjoy doing. Right, so cast Cunning Wish. I think this deck is competitive. I started playing this deck because it was funny. That's why I accepted it as a donation list. But this current iteration, I genuinely think is good. Hold down control, Lightning Storm you, activate my Lightning Storm a few times, finish another 4-1. Yeah, this kill is a lot like Modern Ad Nauseam. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. All right, let these resolve. Wait, you think I'm gonna time out, opponent? I have 17 minutes. I mean, would you prefer that every time you cast a spell, Magic Online asks you to click OK before it pass priority to your opponent? Because that's the alternative. I'm just gonna time them out. Don't interact with someone like that. They're just like looking to have their opinions validated by other people being an echo chamber to agree with them. And like, even if their entire hand is lands, we have way more lands in our hand than they do, so they're going to die. All right, it looks like we might have a disconnect or assault monster here, maybe a combination of the two. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here and not make all of y'all wait through. Finish 4-1 with the deck again, which makes 3 different 4-1 finishes and 1 3-2 finish. I think this deck is a lot of fun and really great. Thank you everyone for watching. This league took almost 2 hours, so if you didn't catch all of the matches, be sure to catch them on my YouTube channel after I get it uploaded there. The Grixis Delver and Turbo Debts leagues will be live there momentarily. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll be back live again tomorrow morning around 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Peace, folks.